Maine lawmakers are voting on whether to add an equal rights amendment to the state constitution. The bill would explicitly prohibit discrimination based on the sex of an individual.
It takes a lot for a constitutional amendment to get approved, including several votes by lawmakers, followed by a statewide public vote. Today, state senators cast their initial votes on the ERA. News Center Maine's Jackie Mundry reports.
Earlier this year, Representative Lois Reckitt introduced a bill that would add an equal rights amendment to the state constitution.
If we get this to the ballot, it's going to pass overwhelmingly.
Now, legislators are working to decide if it will make it to the ballot. For a constitutional amendment to pass, it needs to be approved by a simple majority in the Maine House and Senate, then back to the House to pass by 2/3 and back to the Senate to pass by the same margin. Then it goes to voters. For initial votes, last week it passed in the House 80 to 57, and on Wednesday in the Senate, 22 to 12, though those numbers don't offer hope for a 2/3 majority vote in the future.
Do you feel that it will end up in the state constitution?
Eventually. Whether it will happen this year, another question.
Representative Reckitt says she isn't giving up on this, but some legislators are strongly opposed, including Senator Stacey Guerin. She says it's unnecessary, and there are equal rights for everyone here in Maine.
My Grammy Hurd and Grammy Smith, when they turned 21, they weren't allowed to vote. They didn't have equal rights. All those wrongs have been righted now.
She says all women should be concerned about the Equal Rights Amendment when it comes to women's sports.
Any young man who identified that day as a female could take the place of a woman on a women's sports team.
Secretary Shenna Bellows is the first female Secretary of State in Maine. She says it's crucial this amendment is passed.
The section of the Constitution that refers to the Secretary of State is written entirely in male pronouns. Our founders never dreamed that someone like myself would be Secretary of State one day.
We've done a pretty good job in Maine, but there are some things that we haven't touched.
This will head back to the Maine House for a vote before the legislative session wraps up in April. In Augusta, Jackie Mundry, News Center, Maine.